Why we deny human nature. A historical and psychological explanation of the comfortable lie. There is a strange belief shared by almost every generation in history. A belief that sounds compassionate. A belief that feels progressive. A belief that flatters us. The belief that we are different. That violence belongs to the past. That tribalism has been overcome. That greed, cruelty, and domination are relics of ignorance. That human nature has changed. And yet, every century tells the same story, with different costumes. Genocide reappears. Authoritarianism returns. Mass hysteria spreads. Ordinary people participate. So today's question is not, why does history repeat itself? The real question is, why do we keep pretending it won't? Because acknowledging human nature is deeply uncomfortable. It doesn't just challenge our politics, it challenges our morality. It challenges our self-image. And history shows that denial of human nature is not just naive, it is dangerous. What we mean by human nature. Before going further, we need to be precise. Human nature does not mean humans are evil. Violence is inevitable. Progress is impossible. Human nature means humans have stable psychological tendencies. These tendencies emerge under predictable conditions. Culture shapes behavior, but does not erase instincts. Anthropology shows this clearly. Every known society, hunter-gatherer, agricultural, industrial, shares in-group loyalty status competition, moral double standards, capacity for cooperation and cruelty, different rules, same brain. Evolutionary psychology explains why. Our brains evolved for small tribes, not global civilization. We evolved to detect threats quickly, trust familiar faces, obey authority in crisis, seek status and belonging, justify our own group morally. Modern life did not erase these traits. It only suppresses them, temporarily. And history shows what happens when pressure returns. The good people illusion. One of the most comforting myths in modern society is this. At least now, people know better. History disagrees. Nazi Germany. After World War II, psychologists asked, how could an entire nation participate? The answer was disturbing. Most perpetrators were not sadists. They were clerks, teachers, fathers. The Milgram obedience experiments confirmed this. Ordinary people were willing to inflict severe pain on others when instructed by authority. Not because they were evil, but because obedience is part of human nature. The Stanford Prison Experiment. When given power and roles, normal students rapidly became cruel. Not because they believed in cruelty, but because situations activate instincts. The lesson was not, people are bad. The lesson was, people are predictable. And that terrifies us, because it means we are not immune. Why? Ideologies deny human nature. Many ideologies depend on a fragile assumption, that humans are infinitely malleable. If people are blank slates, then perfect equality is possible. Conflict can be eliminated. Power can be centralized safely. History shows the cost of this belief. Communist experiments, repeated attempts to create the new man. Soviet Union, Maoist China, Cambodia. Each time, incentives were ignored. Power concentrated, dissent suppressed, violence justified morally. When reality contradicted ideology, reality was punished. The problem was never bad leaders. The problem was denial of human behavior. People respond to incentives. Power corrupts, fear silences truth, fascism, and tribal instincts. Fascism didn't invent tribalism. It weaponized it. Us versus them. Purity versus corruption. Strength versus weakness. These ideas work because they resonate with deep instincts. Ideologies don't fail because humans misunderstand them. They fail because humans understand them too well. Modern moral overconfidence. Here's a dangerous mistake modern societies make. We confuse peaceful conditions with moral evolution. When life is stable, violence feels obsolete, hatred feels irrational, authoritarianism feels impossible. But history shows Morality expands when conditions allow it, and contracts when conditions collapse. The Balkans were peaceful, Rwanda was peaceful, Weimar Germany was cultured. Then pressure arrived. Scarcity, fear, humiliation, uncertainty, and instincts returned within months. Civilization is not human nature. It is a thin layer on top of it. Education and the failure to teach mechanisms. Schools often teach history like this: bad ideology, bad leaders, moral lesson. What they rarely teach: incentives, group psychology, fear dynamics, social contagion. We say, never again, but never explain how it happened. Without mechanisms, morality becomes theater. We feel righteous, but remain unprepared. Historian Christopher Browning showed that, given similar conditions, most people behave similarly. History does not require monsters. It requires circumstances. Denial as a moral performance. Denying human nature feels compassionate. It allows us to say, violence is unnatural, hatred is taught, evil is rare, but this denial creates blind spots. If we believe humans are naturally good, we underestimate risk. We ignore warning signs. We centralize power naively. True compassion begins with realism, not cynicism, not hatred, but understanding. The recurring historical pattern. Across centuries, the same cycle appears. 1. Idealistic vision. 1. Denial of incentives. 1. Concentration of power. 1. Moral justification. 1. Suppression of dissent. 1. Violence. 1. Collapse. 1. Amnesia. Then the cycle restarts, with new language. History doesn't repeat exactly. It rhymes because humans do. The uncomfortable truth. Human nature is not our enemy. Our refusal to acknowledge it is. The goal is not to suppress instincts, but to design systems that account for them. Checks and balances exist for a reason. Free speech exists for a reason. Limits on power exist for a reason. They are not signs of distrust in humanity. They are signs of understanding it. The most dangerous belief in history is not that humans are evil. It is that humans are finally different now. Because the moment we believe that, we stop guarding against ourselves. And history has shown again and again what happens next. Progress does not come from denying human nature. It comes from building civilization around it. If this resonated, tap like so others can find it. Subscribe for more grounded explorations. See you in the next one.